And we're here at Gartner Symposium with Egan from NinjaOne. Egan, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Well, you guys are really shaking things up in the enterprise IT world. Before that, maybe introduce yourself, your journey, and also what is NinjaOne up to these days?
Yeah, sure. So I've got about 35 years in the industry. It's a mix of handful of startups, both federal and private sector. Long time in the DoD, both as a uniformed military personnel.
Thank you.
Spent a long time in the intelligence community, and then got back out into the startup world, and have kind of kept my foot in both camps and tried to always make sure that if I'm going to go to a tech company, if I'm going to put in the time and the effort, I want it to serve dual purpose and be a dual use technology, quite frankly, so that it serves not only our commercial markets, but also our federal and defense.
Fantastic. I love the tagline, beating IT misery. IT folks are under tremendous stress, pressure, doing more with less.
Yeah.
Talk about that tagline.
Yeah, so it certainly is more real now than I think it ever has been, and that's true both in public sector and private sector. The amount of downward pressure, both on capital spend, so things like software license, but also operational spend, right? You can't afford to own a system or a platform or a set of tools that cost more than they should to operate, quite frankly. And there's a lot that goes into that. And I think that's what differentiated NinjaOne for me, is we have a solution that really not only does have sort of that full and robust umbrella so that we can help them consolidate tooling, consolidate platforms, but we also have a time to value that's nearly turnkey, right? So I can go into a large enterprise, I can deploy and be in production literally in a matter of days, and I can start giving them a return on investment or giving them a time to value of around 24 hours post-production install. Time to onboard new administrators to the platform is measured in typically days as opposed to months, which is a very real thing. You get into some of these legacy environments, and that's one of the biggest challenges our customers face is if I have to replace an admin on a system, I've got a 6-month ramp time before they're proficient. And look, as an industry, we owe it to our customers to give them better, and they deserve better.
Well done. And, endpoint management traditionally has been kind of a hot mess. That's my words, not yours.
Yeah.
So the time is now really to automate, to leverage AI, and to put tools into the hands of perhaps less experienced administrators. How's that all working?
Yeah, I boil it down to what I refer to as pragmatic AI. It's fun to talk really big thoughts and slap a AI sticker on the side of your product. At the end of the day, it needs to serve a purpose. It needs to have a pragmatic use that impacts the day-to-day life of the administrator or the person using the tooling. For us, that plays out in very specific ways. So we're using AI very intelligently to do things like giving patch sentiment, right? So that if Patch Tuesday rolls around, you've got a slew of work to do in front of you. Look, I would like to know if across the tens of thousands of NinjaOne customers or globally, just based on available information that starts to trickle out post-Patch Tuesday, is this patch going to cause me a problem? Do I need to reconsider, maybe delay a particular patch within this group of patches I need to send out? We're also doing things like that in terms of data analysis and data, let's call it data curation, where if we need to be able to take things like asset data as an example, which is traditionally very, very messy, we need to be able to cleanse asset data and make it incredibly accurate without needing an army of people behind the scenes to do that. So that then feeds into patch accuracy, vulnerability accuracy, all of the things that you're going to use the tool for. So we're really trying to impact the day in the life of the NinjaOne user in a way that just saves them time.
Fantastic. And as far as your go-to-market, you seem to be pretty partner-centric, savvy.
Very.
And the sweet spot is MSPs. Tell about your partnering and go-to-market.
Yeah, we've actually expanded that dramatically. So NinjaOne started in the MSP world. That's where the idea was born. That was the core customer base. We then expanded to mid-market and below internal IT. And now we're making that leap into large enterprise and large federal public sector. That's my focus, and certainly our partners are critical to that. In fact, I would argue in the upmarket space, you will not succeed without strong partner play. And that is both channel sales as well as services partners. We are signing up new partners in droves. On the services side, we do push out all of our services to our services partners, who we put through a very rigorous onboarding and certification process so that our customers can be very confident that if this person's going to provide you a NinjaOne service, whether that's deploying the product, operating it on your behalf, whatever that looks like, that you have a badged, absolutely highly qualified services partner to work with. On the back end, we want to make sure that our partners themselves are very satisfied with the relationship that we have with them. And so we put a huge amount of time and effort into getting that right.
Well, fantastic. Well, congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.